child labor. It's very good on a Saturday.
Hello and welcome back to GT Racers. Today it is time to do a video about the Fiat Coupe. Or rather we can call it the Is it dead or alive Fiat project. I don't know. And that is what we're going to find out today. As you know from the earlier video, I told you that I had a engine failure on this car. I was going to Alfa with my son, and on the way back I lost engine pressure completely. It all started with that I heard a strange sound from the engine, like, you have something pressurized and it's starting releasing pressure. So it was sounding like, in small doses, almost like a small bird or something like that. And I was driving the car for another minute or two, like 2 minutes, and then I realized this is bad. And then I saw the engine pressure really start to go down, and then I read the engine light turned on, and then like 30 seconds later the engine died because the pressure was gone, and it completely died. And I put the gear into neutral and just coasted until I could go into a parking zone, or what to call it. You can see the previous video when I talked about the towing adventure to get this car home. I was towing with the Alfa. Yeah, it was a whole day, whole evening to get home. But I got it home, waited a few days when I had the time, tried to start it again, just to see. I'm like, oh my god, the engine is dead, nothing will happen. The engine started again and had pressure. I'm like, what is this? And it sounded normal. Then I tried to rev it up just a little bit. I waited, I let it idle until it was warm enough. And then I thought, like, oh, I revved it up a little bit, revved it up to like 2,000, 3,000. And immediately I heard a strange sound, a rattling sound from the engine. Then I knew, this is not good. I have left the car just standing for 1 month, and I have done nothing because I didn't have time. And now we moved it here a couple of days ago, and I could actually start the car, but it sounded like a tractor. It was metallic rattling from the top of the engine. And I moved it 10 meters only by the own engine, then we stopped, and then I pushed it back in here because I don't want to start this engine again. Because that rattling sound, of course, since it's coming from the top of the engine, is probably something with the valves, with the, what do you call it, rods and everything, with the cam. Something there is wrong now. But today I want to start doing a little bit of investigation myself, because if I take this car now to a mechanic for them to start investigating everything, it will cost me more than the value of the car. And changing the engine in this car is probably more than the value of the car. So I need to do myself a self-investigation. I don't know anything how to do it, but let's just start the basics. I would say also, I have not lost oil. There is no oil leakage, what I can see. At the place when we stopped the car, there was no oil. And when I pull out the stick, we will try the stick again, there is oil in the car. So I have not blown any gasket in the bottom part, so the oil is leaking out. Nothing like that. But let's start now with open the hood and see what we can do. And I will take our baby Chihuahua to go into Mommy. Baby, come here. Really doesn't like when I talk too much and I'm not giving him attention. So I think you will have to go in now. Otherwise you will be the whole time. Okay? Let's start with checking the oil. I'll show you the oil levels. I know I'm checking the oil from a completely cold engine now, but I'll just show you that I have oil. Where's the camera? As you see, I have oil. I actually have at the maximum of oil. So that is not a problem. I have not blown anything and poured out all the oil out from the car. Next up now, let's open up and take out the spark plugs just to see what condition they are in. I know that they should not be in good condition because when I had the car at the garage, I don't know if I told you this. Oh, never mind. I checked the car a couple of months ago and there was no problem with the car, but they said that when it's idling, it's not idling very nicely. It's very uneven. And probably I have some bad spark plugs. But let's open up and take out the spark plugs and see if we can see anything problem with them. To open up for the spark plugs is of course very easy. It's just you have two insects here and you have to remove this aluminium plate, put it somewhere safe, and then you have the 4 spark plugs. I would say there is oil here. As you can see, there is some sort of liquid. It's oil actually, and it's fresh oil. I have not filled up oil. Here you have, of course, the very simple, very simple, the plug for when you fill oil. I have never filled oil in this because I have not driven it so much, but it has fresh oil in here. So I see here I also have some oil coming out from. Let's take up the spark plugs and see how it looks. Yes. To get to the spark plugs, you have to pull up the ignition coils that goes down, and they have like a rubber stop to make it very, very, what do you call it? Very secure. And these are piss to pull out. They are so bloody hard. Ah, there, I got it. You see, here you have the ignition coil. And they are, it's just thick rubber, and they have like a metal ring in here that you can feel that will fit here. But they are a nightmare to pull out. That was the first one. Let's pull out everyone and then we see how it looks. Oh, this one is oily. Oh, there it comes. I managed to pop them out. It was not so difficult. As soon as I start pulling, I pull a little bit to the side, and then the vacuum, because it's almost like a vacuum, releases and it comes out. Let's see how look. We can see inside here how it looks. You see here, but a little bit of extra oil here. Maybe it's no problem. But I think we pull them out, all 4 of them, and see the condition. And then I will see after that the next step. First one is up. You all know the trick, right? When you need to take this and take up the plug. Yeah, of course you do. Here's the first one, as I said. No, it looks normal. No problem. No excess, much oil or... No, see no problem with that. That was number 1, I need to remember that. Okay, let's now very fast take up everyone and then look and see if we see something. The spark plugs is out now. Number 1 is a little bit burnt, but nothing special. Number 2 has also a little bit burning. A little bit of, I don't know, starting with a little bit of corrosion. But number 3 is a real mess. Look at this. I don't know how long it has gone like that, but I understand now why the car mechanic said that the car was not running smoothly on idling, and probably not running smoothly at all. But I didn't notice it so much when I was driving, when you have more RPM on. This looks really bad. Number 3
nothing, just burnt. But of course this makes me a little bit nervous how it looks inside, especially door number 3 with that corrosion. How does it look inside the cylinder? And maybe this is all was the little bit of oil I had here, because that is not, I don't think it's from a spill, probably it had leaked. But I should have been seeing a lot of oil in here, but I didn't see that. This is so confusing. So the next step now is either empty all the oil in the engine and see if I have some metal pieces in the oil, or if I just go bananas and try to take off the whole top. Then we can see the cams and everything and see if something is loose, something is broken, if the casket for the top, which condition it is on the inside. If I have broken somewhere in the inside here and we have leakage of pressure inside here, and if that could explain the engine pressure that I lost, and also how I can have engine pressure now. I think we do like this. Let's try to take off the top and see how far we can go. Don't really have any clue what I'm really doing, but let's try to remove the top. I don't know how to do it because I have never removed the top on any kind of vehicle in all my life. So I think that the first thing I've done, this cover is for the timing belt in here, and that is connected to the top. So I removed those 2 bolts, and there was one more in there too. Let's remove that so it gets loose. And I think that if I understand this correctly, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. If I loosen those 11 bolts, nuts, or whatever you call them, I should be able to lift this. Do you think anything will explode? I don't know. Would everything break? Probably. I can't reuse the gasket. I need a new one. Of course, I need a complete new one. But I should be able to lift it. I just need to release this hose. Oh, let's loose this 11 and see if something blows up. Let's see what happens if you try to take this off in some way. Maybe I need to have something to pry. Damn, I saw now something now. I think I need to loosen these too. We took off this hose now, and look how it looks. It's like white fat. This must be, I don't know what that is, but it's almost completely covered. I cannot get it to budge. I'm doing something wrong. But I think this is for be enough for today. I need to go in and study more how to loosen this. I have loosened all the 11 bolts. Can it be that I need to remove the timing belt? But that will be hell to pay, because then I need to open up more things. And okay, this is all for today. Tomorrow we will continue and make the second part of this video, and hopefully we have some sort of resolution what to do. That's the old bad number 3 spark plug. So goodbye and have a good Saturday, and see you tomorrow on Sunday. Bye bye.